I'm Renee Rochelle, the founder and president of One True Match. I'm here to help you find and cultivate the love of your life. For over a decade, I've dedicated my life to the importance, purpose, and dynamic of human relationships. My team and I are disciplined by faith, love, and integrity to help our clients find the quality relationship they've always dreamt of. Each week, I will be sharing the tools and tips I've learned that have rooted my success as a matchmaker with other leaders around the world.
Hello, loves. Welcome back. I hope you've had an incredible, powerful week. I'm excited to dive into this next topic we're going to talk about today: faith over frustration, letting go with grace. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in the middle of an argument and halfway through you forget what you are fighting about, but somehow you're still mad? Or maybe you've tried to move past something, but the frustration just keeps creeping back in. Let's face it, as we discussed last week, conflict can be messy. Frustration is real, and letting go can feel like the hardest part of it all. However, here's the good news: we don't have to figure it out alone. Today, we're going to talk about how to choose faith over frustration, how to keep Christ at the center of conflict, and how to let go with grace, even when it feels impossible. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's get into it. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship, but how we handle it makes all the difference. The world tells us to fight to win, to hold grudges, and to prove our point. But as believers, we're called to something higher. We're called to peace, unity, and grace. In James 1:19, it gives us such a powerful reminder. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. How often do we do the opposite? We rush to speak, slow down to listen, and get angry way too fast. But when we invite God into our struggles, He softens our heart and shifts our focus from how do I win this argument to how do we grow through this together. One way to keep Christ at the center is through prayer. I know it sounds simple, but when was the last time you stopped mid-argument to pray together? It's humbling. It reminds you that you're on the same team, not enemies. Praying before responding, asking God for wisdom, and even praying for your partner instead of about them can change everything. Forgiveness is hard. When someone has hurt us, we want justice, not grace. But the thing about grace, we can't give it freely until we recognize how much grace we've received from God. In Colossians 3:13, it says, "Bear with each other and forgive each other if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave us." Wow. The last part hits hard. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. God doesn't keep score. He doesn't hold our past over our heads. And yet, how often do we replay old wounds in our relationships, using them as weapons in new conflicts? Letting go with grace doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means choosing to release it into God's hands instead of holding on to it as a shield. It means choosing love over resentment, choosing peace over pride, and trusting that God can restore what's been broken. One practical step: speak life over your marriage. When you're frustrated, instead of listing all the things your spouse does wrong, start speaking what you love about them. It's hard to stay angry when you're actively thanking God for the good in your partner. that He has blessed you with. One of the biggest mistakes couples make is assuming that healing happens overnight. It doesn't. Healing is a journey. But when two people are willing to walk in faith instead of frustration, progress happens. In Ephesians 4:2-3, it reminds us, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love, making every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Love requires effort. It does. It requires a decision daily to choose faith over fear, love over bitterness, and unity over division. So if you and your spouse are struggling, don't lose heart. God is in the business of restoration. When He is at the center, healing isn't just possible, it's promised. So in conclusion, before we wrap this up, I want to challenge you. If you're carrying frustration today, I encourage you to take it to the Lord. Let Him soften your heart, shift your perspective, and fill you with grace for the journey ahead. My prayer is this episode encourages you to invite God into your struggles, choose grace over resentment, and keep Christ at the center of every challenge. If this blessed you, be sure to share this with someone who needs a little faith over frustration in their life today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you're always up to date on the latest. We upload a new episode every Thursday, and if you're interested in diving into some more topics, you can check out some of our previous podcasts. Follow us on social media for more faith-based relationship encouragement. Until next time, keep loving with grace, walking in faith, and trusting God in the process. Have a blessed week. I cannot wait for our next chat.
It's been another great talk on this episode of One True Talks by Renee Rochelle. I look forward to our next chat. Please write in your questions and comments so I can be sure to talk about whatever it is you want to discuss in our next upcoming episode. Lots of love. God bless. XOXO.